Hi there, it's Lori with Gathering Information LLC and ToRepairYourCredit.com. So what this home study program has to offer for you is basically it's like a cheat sheet. Now, I don't know about you, but when I took a lot of exams in school, it would have been pretty nice having a cheat sheet, although, not very ethical. But when it comes to credit, if you have a cheat sheet that can help you do things, isn't that the easier way to go about it instead of trying to gather all the information yourself, try and figure out what the heck to do? Wouldn't you just like something that's pretty quick, pretty easy, very straightforward, and easy for you to use? So I want to show you just a little example of what I've learned over the years, what I've helped show tenants, what information is out there so that they can make good decisions, improve their credit, and be on to a little bit more financial freedom or security. Okay, so let's use an example. I have an example of a collection. This is a collection from a utility company that the account number changed when we switched tenants out, and I didn't realize the account number had changed, and I paid the bill. Then I got a refund, and yeah, just kind of thought, ooh, I guess I overpaid, great deal. Then I got a letter saying that it was going into default and was deficient. I called them, thought it was straightened out. As luck has it, didn't happen, and it went to a collection company. So this is how I figured everything out and how we got the collection removed. So I'm going to turn you to the computer so that you can see exactly what someone would do that was in that circumstances to get some collections maybe off your credit. It's a pretty common thing. A lot of people don't even know that they're on their credit. So let me just go through this with you. Okay, so let's go online, and where I'm at, and I'm sorry about this shadow, I'm not real techno savvy. So where I'm on is annualcreditreport.com, where you get a free credit report each year, and you just put in your, I'm not a Camtasia queen either, obviously, right? What state you're in, and then you put your information in, and you will, they'll get you to do an account, and you can pull your credit report. Now remember, this is not your credit score, this is your credit report, so it has all the information on it that anyone would see looking at your credit report, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it comes from, down below, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and you'll make an account with each of those and have your credit report. And then what you'll end up with, right now TransUnion still requires you to call in or to mail in to get your credit report from them. Currently they're the smaller credit reporting company. The bigger ones are the Experian and the Equifax, so those are the ones I'm going to show you right now. So we have here an Experian and an Equifax, and if you notice, oopsie, here we go, pages and pages and pages and pages. And then what we're going to look at is see where the negative things are. And if negative on the account is like judgments, bankruptcies, foreclosures, but then below that it's going to say collections. And that is important too, because although it's not technically just called negative accounts, it is reflected negatively and does affect your credit in a negative way. So what you're going to find is here, I'm going to come on here, and you see I've circled it. It says where there's a collections. And then it gives you the information of the date that it was reported, assigned, who the collection's with, and all that good stuff. Okay, so once I got all of that, and the reason that I even knew to go there is because I got a little note in the paper saying there was something negative reported on a credit report. Okay, so then what we did was we ordered credit reports from annualcreditreport.com. Got those printed out and looked to see what was the derogatory thing on our credit. You can do online disputes, and let me show you. If you go on, like for instance, Equifax, what you're going to do is, go to equifax.com, and you need to order up your credit report, and of course nothing's going to work here just because I want to show you this. And okay, That's not going to work right now, but let me just tell you. So you're going to have an account that you open with Experian.com, an account that you open with Equifax.com, and you can do online disputes. I'm not a big online dispute person because obviously I like to talk a lot and it's hard for me to condense everything in the small amount of space that they give you. Although I've had a lot of tenants that have great luck that way, they're just persistent with it, and it sometimes takes them a few times to do the dispute over and over again. And keep in mind that the credit bureaus have 30 to 45 days to get back with you over any dispute. So I'm going to show you how I prefer to do it, which is in writing, to give them all the documentation to prove that it was an erroneous error and that it needs to be taken off the credit report. So what I've done is I have written a letter, okay, and to the to the credit bureau, specifically to them, and basically it has the account number as far as what their credit report number is that they've assigned on the online credit report. And then I go in depth and tell them about what the account number is called on the collections, who it was with, and basically told them the story. What exactly happened, why there was an error, and then the other very, very important thing is I had a letter from who the original creditor was, or where the problem started with. And what their letter needed to say was that, number one, it was paid, and number two, that it was an erroneous error. It was an office error and should not have gone to collections. So that's what it says on here. It says the amounts were sent to collection due to an error in our office. And then I have copies of the copies that the account was paid. So it says the letter saying that there's an erroneous error, okay? And then the other things you want to send in with your letter. So I have a letter to the actual credit bureau, okay? I have my letter saying that it was an erroneous error and that it was paid. I'm going to have a copy of the part of the credit report from that particular credit reporting company, so Equifax in this instance, that circles the collection and which one I'm talking about. Then I also have a bill with the person's name and correct address, and another bill. I just happen to use a cable bill and a phone bill, and that shows their address. The other thing that you want to show is a Social Security card and a copy of a driver's license, because you don't want the credit bureau to wonder if this is the correct person that's trying to correct your credit, because all the identity problems, you want them to make their job just as easy as possible. I can imagine their job is not the funnest job in the world, and there's a lot of paperwork, so you want to give them everything that they need to get the collections off of your report. So what you do then is you put this all in a lovely envelope, and you're going to address it to the appropriate address. In this case, it was Equifax, P.O. Box 540256, Atlanta, Georgia, 30374, okay? And then I put my return address up top, and you want to send it certified mail. You want to actually get a copy from the post office, certified mail. You want someone to sign for it, and you want to have documentation that it was sent, so that if it does not come off your credit in 30 to 45 days and you have to send another letter, you have all the proof that you can need. I hope this is helpful for you. Please know that the home study program shows you all of this stuff in detail with PowerPoint presentations and audios, guest speakers, and we have links to all these websites, and I have templates for these letters. So I hope this little bit gives you a little insight, and I hope you can use it and it helps you out. And if you want any more information, you can always go to torebuildcredit.com, and we are offering a home study program that people get every month, and it's just to help folks with information, because there's so much stuff out there. It's easy to use, and let me just give you a little show of what my home study on collections is. So this would be an example of it. It's PowerPoint presentation, and you just go through it, and it gives you all the information that you could need. And I'm just going to go through quickly because I want to show you how there are links to get to what we need for you. So it goes through absolutely the basics of, you know, this one is on collections because that's what we're talking about. It gives you examples, tips on how to go through this actual process, how to avoid it in the future. And so let me go through. I'm competing with my voice back there, so I apologize. But you can hear that there is audio that goes along with it. So I'm just going to turn the audio down. There you go, so that you can hear. Okay, so right here, and of course there you go. See, we have template letters, so you're going to click on here, and then you can open up, and this is the links that I was telling you about. And let me try and shadow this so that you can really see what's going on here. Okay, so then this tells you exactly what to send to the credit bureaus, example letter, and that you want to send a copy of your credit report, copy of your driver's license, and then any documents like credit card statement, the verification that it was paid, certified checks, and any letters supporting your claim. So it's all right there, easy to use, and if you're interested, again, it's torebuildcredit.com. And this is Lori Jake with Gathering Information LLC. Hope you have a great day.